All right, we're here at AES 2006, and I'm here with Dan Kennedy from Great River. We're going to be talking about the Great River products in audio processing over the years. We started off in the 90s with the Great River preamp and moved into an EQ and then a mastering compression unit. Dan, why don't you tell us a little bit about what your thinking was with the designs and what's common with these units?
Back in the late 90s, I started with the microphone preamp, going for the classic 70s sort of sound. Away from my previous product was a very clear, transparent transformer coupled device. I wanted something with a little coloration, little body, a little more feel, as well as some adjustability so that you could control how much of that there would be. So I went back to the old 70s circuitry, which single-ended, ring of 3 transistors and multiple stages that switched in and out various gauge stages, different kinds of padding, different loads.
Kind of a British approach.
Pretty much British. It's similar to what's in the Calrex, the Helios, the Neves, Tridents of that era. And this preamp's become fairly popular just because of how versatile it is. I've had people do classical piano concertos with it to rock and roll, to everything in between. The equalizer came about as an accessory, I guess, really, because it was always intended to do an equalizer with the preamp, so there was a patch loop built into it when it was first designed. And after looking around, I liked the relative simplicity and yet complete control that was available in a 1084 Neves series. So I took that topology, kept the basic frequency points, added a few of them, changed some of the cue points to be a little broader, a little narrower, and one in the middle versus what was originally there. Threw away the old amplifiers and came up with some new discrete amplifiers that have a significantly higher dynamic range, better signal-to-noise ratio, faster performance, just overall better sound. Rearranged the switching to be computer controlled so I could condense it onto a panel that was affordable with reliable switches.
So what's the control input output? The control I/O. How do you control it?
Oh, it's I2C, which is an internal bus. It really isn't accessible from external. It's all just the microprocessor's on the front panel and it talks to the audio card through a serial data bus.
RS-232.
Similar.
Yeah. Okay.
After being on the market a couple of years, I got enough requests from mastering guys and people that were using it in the final stages of their mixing to refine it a little bit for true 2-bus use, for stereo mix sound or actual mastering. So that evolved into the MAQ, which is set up with gold-on-gold switches as opposed to pots. So the settings are absolutely repeatable and accurate. They sound better. The switches are actually better contact materials, so there's less distortion than the pots introduce. Frequencies have been rolled around a little bit to be more adaptable or more useful for a mastering guy. Transformers were selected to be a little cleaner, a little more transparent overall.
Engineers would have kept using this, but you had some mercy on them and built that.
It just evolved into this. It's a little more suited for the mastering guy, but they're both extremely usable